So the last lesson in this unit is quadratic series. So we're going to be taking a look at the sum of a series where we have an x squared term. So first definition is what a quadratic series is, and as I mentioned, it's got an x squared term. Note that this is not arithmetic or geometric. So if you think about what the graph of a parabola looks like, it's that curve versus arithmetic would be a line and geometric would be exponential. So our series formula is quite a bit more complicated than the other formulas we've seen so far. So remember that A, B, and C, A is the coefficient of our x squared term, B is the coefficient of our x term, and C is our constant. N, as usual, is the number of terms that we are summing. So let's take a look at how this works. So on this one, with k starting at 2, I'm just going to go ahead and substitute 2, 3, 4, and 5 into the formula, and then add the terms. The next slide we'll see how that complicated formula looks. So I'm going to call it t sub 2 because I'm subbing 2 in versus subbing 1 in. So 4 times 2 gives us 8, plus 6 gives us 14 for our first term, or technically our second term. Substituting 3 in. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 7 gives us 25. Substituting 4 in, we get 16 times 2 is 32, plus 8 is 40. And our last term, gives us 25 times 2 is 50, plus 9 is 59. So when we add all of our terms together, we get 120 plus, so 138 is what I'm getting. All right, so let's take a look at this formula. So what we need to know are n number of terms. So in this case, I will have 8 terms. We need to know a, which is the coefficient of our x squared term. B is the coefficient of our x term. And C is our constant. So we sub these pieces into the formula and then evaluate. I'm just going to simplify a little bit. So 8 plus 1 gives us 9. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1 is 17. B is 1, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that. Again, n plus 1 is 9. And C times n. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and figure out what this is using my calculator. And I got a sum of 476.